Well, good day to you. My name's Colin Clemitson, and I first of all want to thank you for taking our quiz and hope it's been beneficial for you. Now, as a business owner myself, I'd like to ask you a question about your business. What is the biggest single hurdle right now that's preventing you from achieving more sales? Is it, for example, that you're getting leads, but those leads are not converting well enough to paid sales? Or is it that your conversion ratio of leads to paid sales is below 20%? What about your cash flow? Is that consistent, or is it up and down like a roller coaster? And are your marketing dollars a cost to your business, or are they a profit center? And what I mean by that is, are you earning a return of at least 2 to 1 on your ad spend dollars? Now, lastly, is your business growing fast enough, or are you worried that the competition might outpace you? You see, if any of the above resonated with you, or if you have some other problem or hurdle that's preventing you from getting enough sales, then you're in the right place and we're able to help you. And I'm sure at this stage, you're probably asking yourself a question, and that is, why should I even listen to this guy? Well, that's a good question. But you see, over the last 30 years, I've owned 6 different businesses. Now, believe me when I tell you that I've been in your shoes, I've faced the same problems you're facing, I've had the same worries, and I got frustrated and mad because I couldn't get enough consistent new clients coming in. And I faced down the same fears and doubts. But thankfully, I survived it all. Because early on, I learned a critical lesson. And that lesson was that new clients are the lifeblood of any business. Now, I know you probably know that. And in fact, deep down, I probably knew that too. But the secret is, if you do not have a consistent flow of new clients, you do not have a business, no matter what else you've got. So, in each business that I had, I obsessed about getting a consistent and predictable flow of quality leads. Now, remember I said quality leads. We're going to discuss that a bit further. And those quality leads converted into paying customers, and they in turn brought me increased revenue. Now, it took me many years and a lot of money to create a system that worked very well for me. And obviously, I kept it under wraps because I wasn't about to share this with the competition. But after I retired, I wanted to help other business owners avoid the same things I had. The same stress, the sleepless nights, the frustration, the worry, all about how to get more clients on a consistent basis. So let me tell you the story behind how I got this idea and how I turned it into a system that works so well. You see, it all started many years ago during the ownership of my first business, when I read a quote by the world-renowned author, and you see a picture of him over here, Peter Drucker. Now, Peter was a very smart man, and he said the following. He said, the main activity of any business is the creation of new clients. Anything else is a cost. Now, let me repeat that. The main activity of any business is the creation of new clients. Anything else is a cost. Well, that really resonated with me because at that time, my main activity was running the business. And that may be your activity too. So once I realized how important that was, I delegated many of my day-to-day functions to a manager, and I did nothing except learn to market for new clients. Now, you may not be in a position right now where you can learn, take the time to learn, but don't worry, we've got you covered on that one. So let me ask you, what is your most single important activity in your business today? And let me suggest that if it's not new client creation, and you might be like I was, worrying about running the business, then please pay attention to what follows. You see, the secret is to understand leads do not create revenue. Only sales create revenue. But sales and consistent sales only come from quality leads. And how do you go about making sure that you get quality leads? Well, let me introduce you to the ask, show, and sell technique. This is the technique that basically I put together so many years ago. And of course, it's been tweaked and altered and improved every year since then. But Tom Hopkins, one of the most inspiring sales trainers that I ever met, many years ago said, sales are easy if you ask the prospect what they want and then you help them buy it. That makes a lot of sense. So asking is the first and most important step in the ask, show, and sell technique. But in my opinion, today, most businesses market for sales in a completely backwards way. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you go to any website, any business website, maybe even your own, and look at it carefully, you'll find that the website will tell you how good the business is. It will tell you that they have the best service in town or the best price in town or whatever it may be. They'll tell you they're the best solution to your problem. And they'll tell you how long they've been in business. But all they do is tell. Very seldom do they ask a prospect about their problems, about their wants, and about their desires. Now, not knowing that information about a prospect is, in my opinion, again, the number one reason that businesses consistently struggle to convert their leads into paying customers. You see, an unqualified lead, that is a lead that you do not know what their wants, problems, or desires are. An unqualified lead will seldom buy your offer. It'll certainly cost you time and effort. And in effect, you're pouring marketing dollars down the drain because you're not making a 2-to-1 at least return. You're probably losing money. So, does that sound familiar at all in any way? Now, experience has taught me that if you ask the right prospect the right questions, and here's the kicker, and you then have a pre-sell system which sells them on what they have already told you they want. Let me repeat that. The pre-sell system sells them on what they have already told you they want. That is pretty critical. Now, the result of that is that you get more sales and more results. Now, did you see that by identifying the right prospect and establishing what their problem or need or desire is the absolute key to getting quality leads and consistent sales? But how do you get those people to tell you what they want? Well, the best way and the quickest way that I've found is to ask them a question. But not any old question. No, sir. These questions have got to be informative, they've got to be interesting, they've got to be intriguing, and they've got to be personal, because we want to know a little bit about their problems and desires and wants. And of course, above all, they've got to be fun. So they then, having gone through those questions, will willingly tell you what their problem or their need or desire is. Because you see, if you don't really know that, it means at best that you're guessing the answer. It would be like walking in a forest at night with no flashlight, no map, and you're guessing which way to go to get out the other end. It's not a smart plan, I'm sure you'll agree. So now let me show you how the system works. First of all, there are 3 steps, incidentally. First step is the intriguing quiz. Now, the prospect is intrigued by an ad that addresses the problem or concern they have in a very unique manner. For example, what is the number one blocker stopping you from fill in the blank? They're then invited to take a short quiz, which is fun. Remember that word fun, that's a very important one. And interesting as well, as it's designed to give them information about themselves and about the problem. Now, the quiz is always specially crafted to suit the ideal client. It is not a general one-size-fits-all at all. And lastly, it's extremely easy to test and change. Now, I don't know if you know much about marketing, but marketing is all about test and change, because what works today probably will not work in 3 months from now. Step 2 is the magnetic mini webinar. Now, this is a specially crafted short 8 to 10 minute video presentation, exactly like you're watching right now, that turns cold prospects into hot leads. Now, it does this by addressing the problems and the wants and the desires that they have, and then showing them the solutions, all in a way that they understand and that resonates with them. There's no super complex funnels, there's no expensive webinars, and again, it's extremely simple and easy to test and change. Now, in my experience, I found that once a prospect has sufficient understanding of the solution that they're being offered, they want to talk to a live person, and they want to discuss their personal situation and their particular business problems. So, step 3 leads to a one-on-one call with yourself or a trained salesperson. The quality prospect now wants to talk with you because they pre-sold on the fact that you understand them and you understand their problem, and you have a solution that will work for them. So they know exactly what you can do for them, and they know how you're going to help them. So this, in my opinion, is the fastest method that we've discovered to attract the right prospects, to convert them into paying customers, so that you stabilize and grow your revenue, and you become the trusted business or authority in your area. And all of this, of course, without wasting money or time by building expensive or complex marketing systems, webinars, funnels, etc., all to attract unqualified prospects. So right now, we're looking for the next 3 partners to personally launch their program in 10 business days or less, so that you get better qualified leads, consistent sales, and growing revenue. Now, I don't know about you, but in all my years in business, consistent sales and growing revenue were music to my ears. How about you? So what do we do for you in this? Remember, I said you don't have to worry about learning it. We've got an answer for you. And this is what we will do. We conduct all the initial research, which is critical. We come up with the unique hooks. We build the mini webinar. We write the copy, and that's quite a job. We handle the tech, and we do everything in between. In other words, we do it all for you. Now, I've used this system to generate sales, obviously, in my businesses, and there are many successful businesses who realize that asking is important, and they do the same thing. So does getting more sales and growing your revenue sound like something you're interested in? Well, if so, you are definitely in the right place at the right time, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you see, you saw an ad, and you took a quiz, and you gave us your email, and you are viewing this video. Now, if it worked for you, don't you think it would work for your ideal client? So let's recap quickly. If your marketing is not asking the right questions to the right people and getting the right results of increasing sales and growing revenue and all of that with speed and simplicity, then don't you think it's time to change the way you market so that you know what your ideal client wants or needs and what their problem is? That you have a pre-sale system in place working for you 24/7. As a result, you close more sales and make more money. Our revolutionary new ask, show, and sell technique is all you need to get those qualified leads, close sales, and more revenue. The fact is, the combination of an interesting, fun, and revealing quiz, plus a specially crafted mini webinar that turns cold leads into clients ready to buy, and a scheduled one-on-one conversation with a pre-sold prospect simply works. You don't have to try to figure out how to run ads on social media or even learn to write copy, nor do you have to compose attention-getting headlines or craft the right questions, or even design or create a quiz. None of that is necessary. We do it all for you, so you can focus on serving your customers, which is what you do best. Now, all of this is at a cost of way less than you would think it would be. So why don't you click on the link below and schedule your one-on-one call with me so I can discuss your problems with you, your desires, where you want to take your business. And there is incidentally no string attached. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work. But do not let your competition beat you to the jump. There's only 3 spots available. Once again, click the link below. Let's you and I do some talking one-on-one, and let me help you grow your business. Thank you.